Noligent here in Magnolia Springs, Alabama at Jesse's Restaurant. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to Noligent. Let the good times roll. In this episode of our Gulf Coast Food Travel Guide, we do a restaurant review at Jesse's Restaurant. We've already done a video of Jesse's on the Bay in Gulf Shores, Alabama, which is owned by the same people as this establishment. Jesse's Restaurant is located in Magnolia Springs, Alabama at 14770 Oak Street, which is about 175 miles and 3 hours away from the New Orleans French Quarter. Jesse's Restaurant is located in a historic and scenic area of Magnolia Springs. This is a very easy spot to miss as they only have this teeny tiny little sign facing the street. So you really need to program the location into your navigation so you don't drive by and miss it. They do have a good parking area here, and then you're able to see this place from the side view. And then we'll go up, and here's the front view with more historic stuff. So the restaurant is literally built inside of an old historic store. So there's a whole lot of history involved here. So there's a lot of places and spaces, and the outside dining here is a very popular thing during the nicer times of year. And you can really enjoy yourself outside. And as well, they do allow pets on a leash. So then you've got your main entrance on the far side closest to the street here, away from the parking. So as we're going to go into the main entrance here, we will see how it all looks inside. So it's got a really interesting setup, and it certainly is way different than the Jesse's on the Bay. Of course, they do have a placemat with their name on it, like so many places. So let's go ahead and head on inside here and check this place out. So plenty of great, interesting stuff at the initial walk-in, just like Jesse's on the Bay. They've got a big locker of meat. Ooh, I'm kind of getting hungry looking at that. And then as we walk further into this main entrance area, they of course have lots of merchandise. So if you happen to need a t-shirt, this is your spot to shop. And then they've got a dining room that's getting closer to the street side. And they've also got a kitchen entrance right here as you're walking to the side area. And then they have this dining room that's right next to the street. So you've got this good selection of seating options right here in this space. And then we've got the other side where you can enter through the bar area right here. And they have a pretty nice space right here. This is quite a nice bar. You can sit and dine inside the bar area. You can also take a seat right up here at the bar to enjoy some libations. And then we've got more dining area closer to the parking area here. So lots of great seating options and beautiful spaces. They're all unique in their own way, and plenty of great lighting throughout with these big windows. And no shortage of interesting and historic decorations throughout. So let's go ahead and check out this menu now. So we have our starters with a soup du jour, copper bowl, fried green tomatoes, Jesse's barbecue shrimp, baked brie, crab and tasso gratin, Jesse's crab cake, and house raw oysters, half dozen or dozen. Then we have our salads with a crisp ball wedge, Caesar, Baldwin baby green, Long Island steak salad. You can add a protein with grilled chicken breast, lump crab meat, pan-seared shrimp, Long Island steak, pan-seared scallop, salmon, 4-ounce beef tenderloin, and crab cake. Then we have our entrees with weekly tacos, beef tip linguine, salmon, Jesse shrimp and grits. Then we have steaks. All of our steaks are from Allen Brothers Beef and served with a choice of starch and daily veg. Ask your server about our other selection of premium steaks. We have ribeye, 12 or 16 ounces, filet, 4, 6, or 10 ounces. Then we have our handhelds. Comes with your choice of mashed grits, risotto, Parmesan fries, or sweet potato fries, turkey club burger, smoked brisket au jus, Asher's chicken sandwich, Jesse's burger, bourbon barbecue burger, chef's choice fish sandwich, and upgrades with cheddar American, Gruyere, Gouda, jalapenos, caramelized onions, blue cheese, mushrooms, goat cheese, house cured bacon, avocado, and sunny side egg. Then we have enhancements with blue cheese gratin, horseradish cream, béarnaise, Jesse steak sauce, cowboy butter, bone marrow butter, cognac peppercorn demi, roasted mushroom and onion, Magnolia style, lump crab, fried green tomato, hollandaise, and Oscar. The menu looks virtually identical to the Jesse's on the Bay to me, so I'd say they are pretty much the same menus. Then we have the dessert menu with caramel apple bread pudding, butternut squash cream brulee, baklava cheesecake, limoncello tiramisu, and triple chocolate cake. So I decided to try the beef tip linguine. On my visit that I made to Jesse's on the Bay, I got the burger, and it was a juicy, delicious burger. So let's see how their pasta stands up. Ooh, all right, some nice beef is inside here. All right, the pasta's perfectly cooked, the beef is flavorful and tasty, the sauce is nice. It's not the most amazing sauce I've ever had, but it's a pretty good sauce, and the beef certainly is very tender and delicious. Overall, I would have to say the beef is definitely the star of the show, and I wish there was a little more of the beef in here. So as far as pasta dishes go, this is a perfectly good dish, and it's better than a whole lot of the other pasta I've had in the area here. So if you're in the mood for some pretty good pasta and some beefy, delicious flavors along with that pasta, this could be the dish you're looking for. I'm making really good progress, taking this down very easily and effortlessly, and also enjoying all the window view here I have right next to the street. So Magnolia Springs is certainly a beautiful little area, and having the ambiance of this end room next to the street certainly is a pleasant little spot to enjoy a meal. And if you had a group of people, this would probably be a pretty happy spot to be, as you've got a lot of room and light and space that cheers up the whole environment for a lunch experience. Now for a dinner experience, you might like something a little different in one of the other dining rooms here. Certainly though, for the warmer times of year and the daylight hours, this is a pleasant spot to be in, and certainly this pasta dish is a pleasant thing to enjoy during the fall weather that we're having, at least in the moment that I'm eating this dish. So it's still pretty warm for the most part on the majority of days, and you certainly are not going to have too much chilliness to need to be warmed up by a pasta dish like this. I would see that during the cooler winter months, if there was some colder weather, this would be a pretty hearty dish that could warm you up as well. So this dish certainly has multiple applications during many times of year, and it certainly is a filling dish. You're not going to go away hungry, as you've got a nice serving size here. There's no teeny tiny dainty little portions, so I think I'm probably going to end up overall being more full than I was when I had the burger at Jesse's on the Bay. So this is a very hearty and filling meal that will definitely hit the spot and make sure that I'm going to be able to make it well past dinner time, and I won't need to eat supper early at all. And I might not need to eat anything else after today, as I'm getting pretty darn full from all of the noodles and beef and sauce in here. And the combination of everything together is pretty nicely balanced. I have to say, they have a very good sauce to noodle ratio here. Some people with their pasta dishes just don't give you enough sauce, and that's always like, I just get irritated when I run out of sauce and have nothing but pasta left. This dish, I think I'm going to end up with way more sauce than pasta, the way I prefer it at least. And it is certainly going down very, very quickly. Although, even as quickly as it's going down, there's still quite a healthy portion left to eat here. So the flavors are getting to be a little more interesting and complex to me as I'm getting a little further down into the dish. And there's more of the things coming together as all of these various ingredients are beginning to combine together to create a little more complexity and the layers of flavor that are making for quite a pleasant experience. And it's always a great thing when you've got a nice chunk of beef to go with each serving of noodles. So far, I've been pretty even with that. I do think I'm about to run out of my beef, though. Oh, it's like, where's the beef? always get grumpy when I run out of the beef portion here. Ooh, so I think we're nearly out of the meat portion and back to some vegan, vegetarian, noodles only servings. Oh, the tragedy of not having any more. Oh, wait, there's a nice little piece of beef. Yay. So we finish out with a nice piece of beef. And just like I've totally destroyed this pasta, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what you thought about this pasta dish. And while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account, as I do work for tips. I appreciate any help with that. So I wasn't gonna get dessert, but when I saw the baklava cheesecake with pistachio cheesecake, baklava crust, local Alabama honey, torch meringue, and honeycomb candy, I had to dig in and try this as it looked so unique and fascinating. I do love Greek food, and this is an interesting flavor combination. I am really happy from the first bite, as this is such a unique combination of things. Never have I ever had a cheesecake anything like this. Never had a Greek dessert anything quite like this. I've never had any kind of other dessert quite like this. This is certainly something rather unique, and nothing that I've had before quite matches it. So this is really enjoyable. There's a lot of great flavors coming through. I was a little doubtful if all of these things would combine together as well as they actually have. So the execution is fantastic. And ooh, this little honeycomb candy thing here. I need more of this in my life. This is very yummy and delicious. I could just have several of these a day. I think I'd be a happy camper, as I do enjoy just drinking and guzzling some honey. And then each and every bite of this cheesecake with the baklava crust is, ooh, just so very yummy and flavorful. Each and every bite is full of many layers of just delicious, amazing flavors. I am thoroughly enjoying this experience. This is the highlight of my experience so far, and everything that I've experienced at Jesse's. And I have to give compliments to their pastry chef for coming up with this combination. It is extremely interesting, fascinating, and most importantly, delicious. I'm really full from all that pasta I had, and I was thinking I was going to eat half of this and get the rest to go. I just can't control myself. I have to keep eating it. It is such a wonderful, delicious tasting dessert. I'm forcing it down as it's so just addictively yummy. I would like to get more of this. Ooh. I am quite surprised that I'm finding this thing so addictive, as, hey, I love a good cheesecake, I love a good baklava. I've just never had the combination of the two. And all of these flavors are just going above and beyond my expectations, and I'm getting sad, though, as we're down to the last bite here, and I hate to see it end. But now, just like I've totally destroyed this dessert, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about this dessert, and while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account, as I do work for tips, and I appreciate any help with that. So the bill arrived, and the total before tip was $38.50. So on my next visit, I started out with some bread and butter here. Here we go. I've already buttered my bread, and here we go with the first bite, and it's a nice little bread roll here. So some little mini baguette action with some butter is always a good idea. So that went down pretty quick and easily. So just like I've totally destroyed this bread, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And then we're totally out of our bread, but we could get more if we wanted to, but we have a lot more food ahead, as I got the ribeye with sides of cheese grits and green beans here. All right, let's dig in. I got it medium rare, and it's perfectly cooked, it looks like. And I'm excited to dig in, and well, I have had better steaks, I have to say. I was really excited seeing the beautiful meat in the front. It's cooked perfectly. It's just, you know, it's an okay steak. I just had a lot of better steaks. Maybe I'm just used to the New Orleans way of cooking steaks, or when I cook my own steak. I don't know. It's not a bad steak. It's just a little chewier and tougher than I would say I am accustomed to. So any given day, any given moment, maybe there's something off. It's not a bad steak. It's just, you know, I had higher expectations, especially seeing the beautiful meat in that little cooler case. And it's overall, though, cooked exactly the way I ordered it, and it is still a juicy, flavorful steak, and better than no steak. I just had my expectations not quite met. I'm not completely disappointed or anything. I just was expecting something a bit better. For example, the Carver Steakhouse in Orange Beach has one of the best steaks that I've had in the area. While Big Mike's, that a lot of people love, I've had horrible experiences and just did not like my meals there. So just based on the ambiance here at Jesse's in Magnolia Springs and Jesse's on the Bay, along with my past food experiences at these restaurants, I just had a pretty high expectation that maybe was unrealistic of how the steak would be. And I would just say from all my past restaurant steak experiences at this price point, I just have always had a little bit better steak experience prepared for me. It's not, you know, complete failure by any means. It's still a good meal. I'm still enjoying it. At the price point that they're selling the steak, though, I think am justified with some higher expectations here. Green beans, perfectly cooked. No complaints with the green beans. Cheese grits here are also perfectly nice. And it's, you know, a decent little experience of a meal here overall. And so far, though, I would say I enjoyed my burger at Jesse's on the Bay more, and I enjoyed my pasta here more than I did this steak experience, unfortunately. For whatever reason, you know, any given day, things are never going to be perfect, unfortunately. It's not by any means a bad experience. I just had a very high expectation. That's more probably my perception of what I was going to get. And granted, you know, New Orleans is not known for the best steaks, but hey, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse is a chain that started in New Orleans and does some pretty awesome steaks. And there's plenty of other good steakhouses in New Orleans that I've enjoyed. So I just wouldn't rank this up with those from the other New Orleans steakhouses I'm accustomed to or Ruth Chris. It's definitely better than plenty of other steak places I've been to outside of New Orleans. And this is definitely far superior to, say, Texas Roadhouse quality, which, ooh, that's like chewing a piece of rubber in my experience during the times I've attempted to eat steak there. We are making fantastic progress with this plate of food, and everything is going down very easily and effortlessly. And I can't really say anything bad about the tenderness of the meat. The meat certainly is tender. I'm just not getting that full flavor that I'm used to and that wonderful, beefy, delicious goodness that I do crave. So, you know, any given moment, different meat, different animals, different maybe things they ate that could influence it. Sometimes just the time of year or however it was cooked. All are big impacts on the end product. But here we go with the last bite. And now, just like we totally destroyed the steak and this other stuff on this plate, go ahead and totally destroy that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment below, let me know what you thought about this steak plate. And while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account as I do work for tips. I appreciate any help with that. So for the dessert menu this time, only 2 items had changed as they have an eggnog creme brulee and a vanilla latte cheesecake. I'm kind of sad they didn't have the baklava cheesecake again, so I decided to try the triple chocolate cake, which is decadent chocolate truffle cake, white chocolate mousse, dark chocolate ganache, chocolate shavings, and bourbon espresso anglaise. $16 though, that is quite a pricey dessert. Ooh, I don't know if it's worth it, but we will try it and see. And after the wonderful baklava cheesecake experience, this dessert looks kind of tiny and small. For the price, I really expected a much bigger slice of cake here. Now the flavors are good. There is a lot of good chocolatiness to it overall. I've had equally good chocolatey cakes that were way bigger than this for a lot less at really nice restaurants in New Orleans though. This is an enjoyable, delicious, chocolatey dessert experience. I probably would not pay 16 bucks for it again, though. The price point to me just doesn't justify the size of it. For that price point, I really think this should be way taller and thicker of a serving of cake than what I'm getting here. I'm not really seeing the value proposition of how the price point matches up to this dessert personally. Maybe it's some super rare fine chocolate that they used in here that makes for the price point difference. I just have had a whole lot of wonderfully delicious, gigantic cakes that were a lot cheaper and equally yummy delicious, or even more yummy delicious. I would say, for example, the Floribama Yacht Club double-decker tuxedo cake is a better choice to my personal experience at a better price point than this. Now, this is a perfectly excellent, great chocolatey dessert, but for $16, I would just probably make the drive to Floribama Yacht Club. But if you're here and you want to try it, it certainly is a delicious chocolatey experience, just at a high price, so maybe split it with somebody. So, just like I've totally destroyed this chocolatey dessert, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about this dessert, and while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account, as I do work for tips and I appreciate any help with that. So the bill arrived, and the total before tip was $71.50. Now, as an added bonus, while you're visiting Jesse's Restaurant in Magnolia Springs, the restaurant is right on Oak Street, so make sure to drive on down to check out these beautiful oak trees. So, thanks so much to everybody at Jesse's Restaurant, especially to my servers that gave amazing service. And thanks so much to all of you out there for tuning into the NOLA Gent channel, especially to my Patreons. Now, would you kindly go ahead and share this video with any of your friends or contacts that would enjoy it, as that really would help me with the YouTube algorithm. And go ahead and take a little time to look in the description box underneath this video, where you will find various links to cookbooks, where if you click on one of those links, it takes you to Amazon. Even if you don't buy one of those cookbooks, but you buy something else you're going to buy anyway, I still get a little tiny commission from any of those products, and it doesn't cost you anything else extra, and that really helps this channel. And then tune in next time for more good food, good times, and good people. NOLA Gent here, and thanks so much for watching. And just go ahead and destroy this video right here to keep up with the fun.